Hey, welcome to the Team Babe podcast. I'm Robin and I'm Babe.
And I'm Jason, and I'm Babe.
Hi, Babe.
Hey, I did it right that time.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, I guess you try it, you try 27 takes in a night, and eventually you get it right. Right?
Right. That's right,
Right.
boss.
I think I might have, closed my eyes, right as you were about to say it, because I didn't know, if we didn't get, the 10-second warning, The warning system.
So do we need to do it again?
No. This stays in the picture, man.
Okay.
The kid stays in the picture, as that famous producer once said.
All right, man. I just wanted to see if you're awake.
Bob Evans, I think,
Right?
was his name.
Bob, huh?
Bobby.
Bobby Evans.
This is Bobby talking.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, so how are you?
Well, I'm so very nice. Just had a heck of a wonderful week.
You did?
Doing all the things that I do. Breaking your heart into a million pieces.
Wow, you did that this week? If you did, I missed it.
Maybe it's breaking my heart into a million pieces.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, you probably know it if I did that, right?
If you broke my heart into a million pieces, yes, I would know.
Obviously, I was riffing on the hit Hollywood movie, That Thing You Do, starring Tom Hanks and Jim Jimerson.
Am I supposed to know that movie?
You know that movie.
I mean, I don't know.
It's like the Beatles. They're kind of like the Beatles or something in America. You remember that?
I remember
Doing that thing you
I
do.
remember the poster, but I
Okay.
don't know if I actually watched the movie. So
No, I'm pretty sure you did.
Oh, okay. It must have really left an impression on me.
Yeah, no, it was a wonderful piece of filmmaking and artwork.
Was there heartbreaking in it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But that was like their hit single,
Was like Heartbreak Hotel or something?
So, yeah, no, I'm doing great.
Was that thing that you do Heartbreak? Was that the joke? I get it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I thought you would recognize the song.
I know.
But it was just a joke for me, apparently.
That's all right.
Hey.
I like to laugh at my own jokes.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if you noticed this, but you know how I make jokes? When you're in a crowd of people, but not now. And
I do.
And then no one laughs, and I'm like,
You're just fucking loving it.
I'm familiar.
Yeah.
That's my favorite kind of joke.
You got to be able to make yourself laugh,
I think so, because if you can't laugh, what's the point?
Yeah, if you can't laugh, what is the point?
Yeah. So, what's been going on this week? Why is this week so terrible? I don't understand. I mean, it's not like a great week.
Oh, no.
We're all sheltering in place still and everything, so that's not like great. But was your week particularly bad?
No, it was actually fine. I was off last week. I worked a normal week this week.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it was good to come back after taking a week off to, even further shelter in place, really, really find my place and just shelter there and stay there.
I see. So I think I know what's going on.
What?
See, on your week off, you went all over the countryside.
I did? Oh yeah, that's right. We went on
Forgot already.
on hikes and bike rides and stuff like that. I think.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, and you're out in the wilderness every day.
During the day and stuff, yeah. So might have gotten some extra vitamin D.
Moved your old body around a little bit.
But let me tell you, man. So my work weekend's on Saturday, and that was today. And I'm just working a normal 8-hour day, but I feel like everything wore off today.
What?
Everything.
What wore off? What do you mean?
My clothes, my skin, my teeth wore down to stumps. Teeth stumps, like that guy in Tiger King with no teeth.
Oh man,
from the meth mouth.
Wow.
No, I mean just energy wise, I felt pretty good at the start of the week, and then by the end of the week today, I was just what the fuck?
I think it's because you haven't been visiting the Alps as often as you should.
Yeah, the Alps are calling to me,
You know,
and
like
I'm like,
the Nordic track, you know, how it's like the Alps, but not really.
uh-huh.
And it's probably like calling to you.
Yeah.
You know?
See, I thought you were talking about the actual Alps because they're
Oh,
calling to me too.
well, sure. But I mean, I'm talking about getting on the Nordic track, you know, and like just really rip roaring along up the Alps.
Yeah.
That's what I picture, you know.
Right.
Like Ricola commercial. But you're on your Nordic track and you're like,
Yeah, I do sort of picture that when I do my Nordic tracking.
uh-huh.
Maybe we'll have to get like, I don't know, like 20 seconds of that and me Nordic tracking and then put that at the start of the video.
For sure. I think I would also do it, but only if I can find like a leotard or something to like wear, you know, like while I'm Nordic tracking, like the old commercials, you know?
Are you telling me you don't have like one of those sweet 80s exercising leotards and then like leg warmers and like white Reebok sneakers or whatever?
You know, I had to like get rid of my collection of stuff at some point and I just never replenished it. And, you know, I might have a bathing suit I could put on.
That would work. Let's do that.
Okay. I'll try that.
Yeah, and then you can Nordic track in that.
Yeah. I can work it out.
Pretty solid,
I can
man.
cut the ends off my socks, make some leg warmers, you know?
I give that 2 De Niro's, man.
2 De Niro's.
Yeah.
Is that like $2?
No, Robert De Niro.
Oh, you mean Bobby?
Yeah, Bobby. This is Bobby talking. Oh my God.
All right.
How about you? How was your week?
No. I spent a lot of hours in front of my computer.
Did you?
And then I spent like some hours like correcting math. You know? Oh, it was sexy.
Yeah.
It was a sexy week.
You probably were just putting on bathing suits,
Yeah.
doing your nails,
Oh.
laying out in the sun on the back patio.
No. Well, I mean, I did sit in the sun on the back patio for like 15 minutes at a time, you know? Like,
Yeah.
That was pretty good. No, I just basically worked and slept and then worked and then slept. And I will say that Apple Music managed to make me a playlist that I actually liked that was made by the Veronicas. You know, the robots that live within Apple Music.
Did Apple, did they hire Veronica?
I think they did. And I always hate everything that they make. And finally, after like a year of using it, it made me a playlist I could listen to. And I was like, I'm going to add that to my shit.
Was it like a playlist based on something you'd listened to? Or like what was, okay.
I finally listened to enough music after a year to where it was like, oh, okay.
We get it.
We Veronicas get it. We're going to make it. And they called it Get Up Playlist.
The Get Up? They called it that?
Yeah.
You're scary, Veronica.
I know, right? But I'm like, well,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm going to listen to it.
That makes me think of, I can't remember if I talked about it or not, but I read a book called After On recently. Like, I finished it right around Christmas time when we were in Hawaii, and it was all about like AI and like, you know, like basically like once a like true AI like achieves whatever, like I don't know,
Understanding.
realizes it's alive or whatever.
Oh.
You know, like how things are going to change and stuff. And so anyway, you talking about Veronica there made me think of the AI in that story whose name is Flutter, Phutter. I think that's her name. Anyway, she does crazy shit, man.
Does she wear baby fat jeans? Because that's what Flutter makes me think of. PHAT.
She's not a humanoid.
Oh, that's right.
She is an artificial intelligence that exists in the computers.
Oh, she doesn't have a body.
Although in the story, no, in the story, she does like, there's this technology that like makes it so that like video conferencing, this would be great technology for right now, by the way. Video conferencing like makes it look like the person is actually there. Like they have 3-dimensional depth and stuff like that. And it's like all the facial expressions are perfect and everything or whatever. And so the AI Flutter like becomes this character that these people read the blog of or whatever, that then like, you know, becomes their friend and coworker sort of. It's pretty crazy.
Well, I think you've been thinking fourth dimensionally.
I've been doing a lot of fourth dimensional thinking. Yeah. How about you? How's your fourth dimensional thinking coming along? You're not going to make Doc Brown proud?
Well, I mean, I am a man of science and everything, but I don't know, man. I just can't think fourth dimensionally right now.
No.
You know, I haven't been able to get like real deep into it. It'll happen, but not yet. You know, it's coming.
Yeah, I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least we have wonderful things that are happening in the world. Like, we have like a new like set of things to make the back patio nicer. That happened this week.
True. That's true.
We have I don't know if you've been to any of these. I've been hitting them pretty hard. But the Zoom dance parties. Have you been going to those a lot?
Nobody's invited me to a Zoom dance party yet.
You haven't gotten my invites. I must have sent them to the wrong number or something.
Oh, right. I mean, please don't send me any more Zoom invites. Like, you drive me nuts on Zoom, man. About ready to smash your head in.
Did we talk about our Easter
I don't
call
know.
with
Probably
family?
we did. I mean, you really just kind of can't stand it, so you're just messing with it constantly.
I want to learn how all the things work. You know what I mean?
While you're talking to somebody, though.
Yeah, but I mean, other people were talking, so it's not like I can't talk the whole time like I do on this. This is the only time I can talk the whole time.
Oh man! All right. So what have you been watching? I mean, besides Zoom, like what's good? Give me the lowdown.
Well, anything I watched, you watched it with me, essentially.
Even when I was asleep.
Well, we didn't have any snafus like we had for the last episode involving Breath of the Wild. We're on a mission to mention Breath of the Wild. This whole podcast is like a deep, like, you know, like spoof, like, or whatever. Like, it's just Nintendo Corp, like, underground, like, trying to get more sales for Breath of the Wild at this time.
If that was really true, like if somehow that was actually true and like I had been duped into doing this all this time, I would have to kill you. Just FYI.
Oh yeah, like the influencer on Community.
It was like, you should have a Honda Pilot or whatever. Right. It's the best car in the world. I love it. Yes, I would have to kill you.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I played a lot of Zelda. I defeated another Divine Beast. That's 2 down. I got probably 2 more to go, it sounds like, with this go around. Getting lots of hearts, lots of stamina. Adding up, man.
How many of those Bobculin hobgoblin things did you kill?
The bokoblins?
Oh, yeah, whatever.
I don't know a lot, but I had so many teeth of theirs and like fangs or whatever that I like sold like 100 of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's a lot of teeth, man.
Yeah, dude, I'm flush.
You're rich in bokoblin teeth. Whatever.
Not just that, but rupees, you know? So yeah, I mean, I could just buy like a whole outfit, you know, without even thinking twice. I go to the merchants and I'm just like, yeah, I'll take all those arrows. And these single arrows that you're selling, I'll take all those too.
Are you going to buy me anything? Or what?
In the game? The female get up that I got is for you.
Oh.
The sand for the desert area.
Wow.
Gerudo Town.
The harem girl outfit? That's what you bought for me?
Yeah. It's a little throwback to your Halloween outfit, maybe?
Yeah, it definitely is. I don't know how that looked today, but...
Well, we're going to find out. On the next episode, you will be wearing the harem girl outfit from Zelda.
No, but if I did, I mean, we'd probably get more views.
That's true. If we had you do some squats or something.
Oh my gosh.
Like some yoga pants.
Yeah, you're not going to catch me doing that. Because I just can't. I just can't I can't sell out, man. Don't you know?
You can do
I'm
it, man.
so hella alternative. I can't
You can totally
sell
do it.
out. Next week, I'll be wearing a low cut top.
Nice. All right.
So,
Something to look forward to in this trying time.
okay, but for real, you had special things you wanted to watch this week, and you we watched them, and so
Yeah.
what the fuck, man?
I bought a couple things to watch because, I feel like we've been in a little bit of a rut lately with what we've been watching. I do have some new ideas, though. New ideas for things to watch.
Really? I can't wait.
You know how I like to make them a surprise and not even tell you before I start them, though. And then if you hate it, your initial thing is to hate anything new that I pick.
Oh, no. This is, no. Your idea of me hating something new that you pick is me going oh, what's this? You're like, you hate it. I hate you. And it's over. It's interesting. It's an interesting little process that we have to go through. But
yeah,
one of these days I'm going to stop asking, what is this? And then I'll just say, I hate this. Turn it off.
Yeah. Okay. We watched a documentary that I bought called Dosed that was about using psychedelics to therapeutically to treat medication or whatever, treatment resistant depression, stuff like that, and addiction or whatever. That was pretty interesting. It didn't blow my mind or anything because I knew about a lot of that stuff, but it was pretty good. What did you think? You watched it?
Yeah, it was interesting. I was glad it had a positive outcome, because for a minute there I was like,
Yeah, this lady's going down.
Yeah, I really hope I don't sit here for 2 hours and then she's dead.
It sort of tracks this lady who's a major narcotic opioid addict or whatever, and her doing basically at her last whatever, just trying to do anything she can to get out of this thing. Anyway, pretty decent. You can rent it for $5 or something, if you want to watch it.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting. Oh yeah, we also watched Louis C.K.'s new comedy special.
We like to do our comedy research. I mean, we do.
No, we like comedy, so.
You more than me, but I mean,
You don't like comedy at all.
No.
You're the one who wants to watch space stuff, right? Space comedy? Space Jam?
Yeah, Space Jam.
Space Wars?
I like to watch comedy too, but you've been doing your comedy research for 10 years or something, or 15 years. And I've been doing my comedy research for a shorter amount of time.
Right. So, yeah, what'd you think?
For Louis?
Yeah. Did you like it?
I mean, yes.
Is it hard to say that you like
yes
something
and no.
Yeah.
I mean,
comes from him?
I certainly liked his show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I certainly enjoyed that. I think he's a funny person. I think he's obviously a complicated person, some problems, no doubt. But I mean, this particular comedy special to me, it seemed a little it was just a little more dark, and I think that makes sense. And it was also just shot a month ago or some crazy thing. So
yeah,
that was also strange. But
I think originally he was supposed to record it 10 days ago from when we're recording now.
Got it.
And then all the Corona stuff started going down. He's like, we got to get this done now, or who knows when we'll be able to get
yeah, that's true.
People into a room to see this thing. So he did it. And
yeah.
I guess the benefit, I mean, as you know, of doing everything in your business or whatever, is that you can just kill yourself and get it all done.
Yeah, that's
very quickly.
Yeah, that's true. When you do everything,
it's kind of been your game for 15 years?
Yeah, probably
something like that. 10 years at least.
Yeah, I'm trying to overcome that. Trying to hand it off.
Yeah, man.
I want there to be another quarterback that takes the ball and gets it into the end zone, man.
Yeah, man.
So far I'm having a hard time finding my quarterback, but they're out there. They're out there. I'm gonna find them.
See, I think you're the quarterback. You're looking for that running back, that's
Oh.
coming back or
Yeah.
whatever. It's some sort of weird fake play. I don't know football. So, how they run behind each other and then
Yeah.
here's the ball. And then another guy runs the other way. Here's the ball. Here's the ball, motherfucker. What's up?
Maybe
We're
I'm looking for my other double for tennis. How about that?
Okay. Wait, no, what do you mean by that?
Where you have doubles, right? And when you play doubles, you have to have a team player that's equally matched to you. And so you guys, you act as a team. One person takes the front, one person takes the back, but the ultimate goal is to defeat the other two people on the other side of the net.
Are you saying you're going to clone yourself and your doubles player, and then you're going to play each other?
Well, I would love that.
That'd be
That's
cool.
I love to do that in all my fantasies, where you're good and you're bad and you play yourself, and, because we're all doing that in our heads, and that fun to talk about and think about and look at.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my jam.
You're always saying put a quarter in your ass because you played yourself.
I'm always
like
saying
when
that.
somebody fucks up or whatever.
Are you really going to put me on blast right now?
Apparently, I am going to put you on blast. Like you've been putting me on blast for so long, man.
I'll tell you what. I think that's like half of why we're together is because you put me on blast, and you've been doing it since the day one.
And I'm never going to stop.
Nope.
I'm never gonna.
You are going to stop that, though.
Never gonna.
Okay, so
Was that you kicking things just now?
oh, I'm sorry. I had to get comfortable.
Get comfy, man.
mean,
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't somebody throwing a brick at the house or something.
It was me. It was me moving my foot. I'm sorry.
Okay. Did you hear that?
So,
put a quarter in your ass because you played yourself. All right.
So tell me about this hat before we really get into it. We get into the meat of
because
the
we do
episode.
there is a point to doing this. So originally we thought, okay, it's been a long week. We're both kind of tired. Let's try to make the worst episode of Team Babe that has ever happened.
Oh, was that the agenda?
Yeah, so that's what we wrote down in our pre-production. We're like, okay, just make it bad. And that makes it so you just don't try at all. And then inexplicably that frees you to make the most amazing podcast episode of all time, which I'm sure this will be that.
Okay.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, the hat.
Okay, yes, please.
I don't know when, I don't know why, but I developed a snort when I laugh.
You mean my snort wore off on you?
But it's pretty subtle. It's like, here, try to make me laugh real
Oh,
quick.
Jesus Christ. Get out of here.
Sorry, I don't want to put you on blast right now.
Oh,
like
you
that,
always do that.
but,
How about you say your joke that makes me laugh? That one joke, from the Beach Boys.
no, I can't do that.
Oh.
That's way too stupid.
Oh, it gets me every time. Okay, fine.
Okay. You want me to do it? It's not going to make you laugh or them laugh now, probably.
Why
No,
not?
it's got to come in organically. I'm all about the organic thing, man, It's like, we don't plan anything. It's just let it happen,
Yeah, man.
That's what you do.
Well, let it happen.
Let it happen right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so this hat is it says Trip on it. Is that correct? Now, do you think this is like a Trump thing?
No.
Okay, so it just says Trip.
Why would I buy a hat that I thought had anything to do with Trump?
No, not like a pro-Trump thing, but like this is like taking the piss out of MAGA, like a MAGA hat or something. Do you no?
When I looked at this hat, all I could think of was like a stoner at like a Warped Tour concert or something, like that had a skateboard and like some white kids or something. It's me. It's me.
Again?
It's my foot.
Jesus Christ, you got the restless leg syndrome down there or something? Fucking keep it together, Fader.
I'm having alien hand syndrome in my feet, okay? Leave me alone.
They call that alien foot syndrome. No, they call it alien hand syndrome of the foot.
Yeah.
Like pneumonia of the foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it only happens to one foot. All right.
So far, so good.
Anyway, I was like, oh, dude, that's like the ultimate like cheesy thing that like somebody like, you know, the UK would wear to like the Brit Festival or something that they have. What is the thing that they have in like the UK? Not the Brit Festival, but like the We Are the World or like the, you know, what
no, not Farm Aid.
yeah, it's like,
They have like
it's like, what is that called? Anyway. So
Woodstock. Yeah, it's called Woodstock in England, right?
No.
I think that's where they do it. Upstate,
it's got another name.
Lancashire.
But you know, like, what is Ali G? Okay,
Yeah.
Ali G would wear this hat, and he would wear an all pink tracksuit. Okay, and he would have like white Adidas or like white Keds or something, and you know, he'd show up to like some kind of, you know, like festival fundraiser, you know, where you're supposed to like give a shit about something. You know, he'd just be like, "Where the party at?" And so I was like,
Okay.
that hat is like so bizarre
Wow,
and
man.
unusual.
You think about things so much differently than me.
Ew.
I had none of that when I saw this hat.
What'd you think?
Well, obviously, I thought it was like taking the piss out of a Trump hat.
Oh, like it's liberal and not conservative? Trip out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of Trump, it's Trip.
It's a road trip. It's a trip out. It's a ticket trip.
Which I heard on another podcast that Linda Tripp died. That's actually why I'm wearing this.
Who's Linda Tripp again?
Linda Tripp from the Clinton Monica Lewinsky scandal. I think she was the one who like recorded like conversations about it or something like that.
Her name sounds familiar. Okay. Yeah. Oh, she died, huh? What happened to her?
I don't know. I think she was probably just old, but like John Candy. No. John Leguizamo? No. John Stewart. No, it wasn't John Stewart. Who's that other John guy who was in The Big Lebowski? John
Goodman.
John Goodman played her on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember that.
Anyway, yeah, she died this week. So, but this is a coincidence. I just thought it'd be fun.
This is not an homage to Linda Tripp.
I just thought it'd be fun to wear the hat.
It is fun.
Yeah, you got it. You went thrift store shopping with your friend a while back.
I did.
And you got some really colorful, interesting clothing, some of which has been displayed on such wonderful websites as Instagram.com, probably Facebook. I don't know if you've heard of them, but look into it.
Oh, yeah. So it's really worth looking at. What would you even look at? Triphat.com. All right.
I don't know, like our Facebook. Do we have one?
For Team Babe?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to kill you. Oh, my God, dude.
Because if we don't, we should get on that.
What world do you live in, man? I want to go there. I want to go there bad. Okay, so here's the deal. Like, whew, we're not in a long distance relationship. Hallelujah. I don't have to depend on you to make up stories about the clothes that I buy. The good news is that we are making a playlist. And that at least is something that we can talk about that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to talk about the playlist now?
Do you want to? Because I can't tell from your tone if that's what you would like to do now. For the love of Christ.
I want to talk about it right now.
Okay, man. Fuck yeah.
Okay.
So this is episode 48 of the podcast.
Right.
Right? But this is number 7 on the COVID-19 mixtape / playlist. Because I think it's cooler to call it like a mixtape now, even though it's not a tape.
The tedium of it all. All right. So let me see if I got this straight, okay? Right? All right. This is number 7 of 19 in the realm of 48.
Yeah.
Okay. And do I need to do any addition or subtraction at this time?
No. No
Okay.
maths are required at this point.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You don't have to like put in a variable and, make a balanced equation or
No,
anything.
there's
See?
not even any
I've
carrying the one.
Been doing those corrections.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah,
Look at you.
That's right. I got my
Look at
8th
you.
grade algebra all set.
So what is number 7 on this mixtape of sorts?
Lucky number 7.
Lucky number
Lucky
7.
for you.
Ooh, lucky
right.
for everyone. Hey-o.
Now, it probably took us 7 hours to decide on this particular song. So I feel like it's important. Excuse you.
Excuse me.
All right. Number 7 is In the Garage by Weezer.
In the Garage. Heard of it?
If you haven't, you're lame.
How's that treat you? It's on their 1994 album called Weezer, self-titled.
No. No.
What's it called?
It's
Blue?
called Pinkerton.
No. That song is not on Pinkerton. My darling.
Yeah, huh?
No, it's not. In the Garage is on the Blue album. Trust me. I was listening to it the other night when we talked about this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not on Pinkerton. Pinkerton is another interesting one. In the Garage by Weezer. You heard of it? Do you
I've
like
heard
it?
of it.
Have you heard it?
Yeah, I've heard
Did you
it.
listen to it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like lucky number 7, man.
Yeah. So what's so
And
lucky
now
about
we're
it?
in the garage.
What's so lucky about it?
What's so lucky about it?
Yeah.
It's like now, we're what? How far are we into this thing?
Are you talking about this playlist or are you talking about this whole shelter
Well, this
in
is
place
number
business?
7 in the playlist, so we know that. So what is this, like a month?
Well, if
month
it's
and a half?
7, then that's 7 weeks, man.
I don't know if we started doing the playlist mixtape theme, like right on the dot when people started sheltering in place, but that's okay.
I think 7
I think it's pretty close.
is close.
Okay,
Yeah.
because we were dancing with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But did that have anything to do with staying away from others?
Yeah.
Social distancing? Social D?
If you're dancing with yourself, are you dancing with someone else? Like, of course. Why would I go to the trouble, of picking a song from
I picked
fucking...
that song.
No.
It's
No.
all going
No.
going straight to hell, as you can see. To hell in a handbasket. We're 7 weeks in. We're going crazy. We're doing our best to hold it together. But I can't even remember what happened.
You think you picked that song? I like that. All right. So let's move on. So that was
I was at least there when it was picked, okay?
okay, I'll give you that. I mean, we are together all the time.
Now,
Now we're together all the time.
more than ever.
Do you love it?
Yeah, it's great.
Do you miss me when I'm in the other room?
Yes,
Oh, gosh.
of course I do.
That's
Who
good.
wouldn't?
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, anyway, I do love this song. I think, generally speaking, I like Pinkerton better, you know?
Okay.
But this song there's a couple of really good ones on that Blue album.
Yeah.
But this really kind of fit, I thought, for the current situation. I mean, like we talked about last week, the house of your dreams,
Yeah.
right? So this is sort of like the garage of your dreams, but if you're a teenager or if you are someone that wishes they were a teenager,
Right.
it is like this play, like an escape, right?
Yep. It's like where you withdraw
Right.
into yourself, and you can do things with music or writing and stuff like that. That like, you don't have to worry about criticism from anybody else
Because you're alone.
because you're all alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like there's definitely like some truth to that, I think. Because like I'm basically sort of an only child, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I spent a lot of time alone as a kid, and I wrote a lot of really stinky poetry.
Right.
I sang a lot of really off-key songs. I made a lot of really bad art, and I did it all without the criticism of others.
Mm.
So
Yeah, so it doesn't really work that way. It's like if you're going to do the thing where you like retreat and you like go into your creative cave or whatever, then eventually you have to like present the things that you did to people to figure out if it sucks, which you're like the worst person to try to interpret that or whatever. You're the worst like critic.
yeah.
In that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about when it comes to your own stuff. And then it's like this wave you got to ride or something. It seems like you got to put it out there and then you got to retreat.
Yeah. But first,
it's like the surf, man. It's like the tides, you know?
But at first,
in a way, it's like you're a prince of tides.
Oh, man.
I don't even know what that story's about.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful.
Murder?
Almost. No, it's worse
Almost
than that.
murder.
I won't go into it.
Okay.
So
that'll be for our movie recap podcast. Movies with babes. No? Okay. No?
No.
All right.
So, so like, I think like to make good art, you have to retreat. At least I do. Like, I can't make anything good if I can't go away from people and like focus on something. Like if I'm constantly hearing the opinions of other people or have input from other people in the process of trying to make something, then I can't get it done. But like I do need to like talk to people and get other people's judgments or other people's feedback or whatever at certain points in the process.
Right.
But I feel like this makes a lot of sense. Like to go into this area of your thinking or of your house or whatever it is, where you can, just kind of like be alone with the things you like.
Mm-hmm.
And not worry about if anybody else likes it.
Right. What's your pace like personally when you do that? Maybe it's been a while since you have.
My pace? What do you mean by pace?
Like, do you, like, if you're on your own and you're just, like, creating stuff, are you like, yeah, man, I'm getting so many of these fucking things created? Or is it, like, sort of like a slow contemplative process? Or is it somewhere in between? Or what's that like?
I mean, like, in the old days, if I actually made art, like two-dimensional art, I would say it was really slow. Like, painstakingly slow, and I think that was more about like feeling like it was really important.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
So it wasn't slow for like a good reason.
No.
Because like that, and that's strange because you're really fast at other things.
I'm faster now because I care less. And I also know that it isn't important.
Right.
So, I mean, when you feel like it's not that important, you can just kind of let it go, and then if somebody really hates it, well, then maybe you redo it or something. But
right, we've talked about that before. How it's like if like that person that was in art classes with you, who just kind of like seemed like they didn't give a fuck and would just put shit out there, and then it would be really good or whatever. It's like
so. I think my process these days is, it's much less about like art, real art, like art on a piece of paper, art. It's still creative, but I am faster. Like. And I feel like when we do this podcast, for instance, you and I have to talk about it a lot. I do have to like bounce ideas. And so I think once I get an idea and I'm like good with the idea, I can get it done like really fast.
Oh, okay. So it's like, if it wasn't that you were like sort of, trying to care about it and like really fucking craft it, it was like, you're still not quite sure where you're going to go with it.
Right.
And that's what's making you slow.
So if I know the end, then I can do the rest.
Yeah.
All right.
See, and so my thing is whenever I do anything like that, whether I'm like screwing around with like music stuff or writing or whatever, like it is the slowest goddamn thing. It's like a glacier moves faster or whatever.
I witnessed it.
There's like no sense of urgency either. It's just like, oh yeah, well, I can listen back to that like 1,000 times and, play around with this little setting or something like that until I'm okay with it or whatever. Like I'm willing to endlessly like put in the hours.
I know.
for like the most meaningless bullshit ever. And I'm not like, oh, I don't think I'm like, oh, I want to make this so good. It's just like, I'm just not hearing it the way I want to hear it, or,
Yeah.
Whatever, reading it back and having it sound the way I want it to sound or whatever.
Yeah. And sometimes, like, so for me, it's like I've made this rule for myself, like if we're talking about fashion design, sewing, graphic design, writing, whatever, right? If I get to the point where I'm either like having to undo something a million times, right? Like I've undone it 5 times. That could be sewing, like ripping out stitches. That could be like rewriting something 5 times. If I get to the 5 times place, I'm like, nope, done. Don't care. Don't care if it's due tomorrow. Whatever. Like I'm just gonna shut it down.
You're
and
done.
Go away.
So you're not just like, oh, I have to send this now.
No,
You just stop doing it.
I just stopped doing it. And then I either like, sleep on it, take a break, do something else, come back to it. And then whatever time I have left, I just like make it whatever it is and then ship it. Like, and that's what it is, But I feel like at a certain point, I'll just turn it into like garbage. Like, I just keep.
You'll turn it into garbage with like over revising?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes. So.
See, I feel like maybe I'm wrong too, but like, I write for a living, essentially. I mean, it happens to be like customer support replies by and large.
Oh, but you craft it beautifully, though, I have to say. Like, I would never spend the time you do.
Yeah.
They're beautifully written. It's true.
Well, fucking congratulations
Well,
to me,
I mean, you do a good job with it.
Sure, but it's like, yeah, no,
But
it's
tedious.
painstaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like writing, that shit on your memo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, this sandwich had blah, 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 blah. That's what this check was for. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Little side story. Like when Jason and I first got together, Jason liked to write checks for things, and this was like one day before payday, and you write some hot checks, like go out and spend your money before you got it. Only a few hours off, and this was the 90s before, people really had a fast way of like processing things and all that. And you'd like write a check for a sandwich that costs like $6 or something, and you'd like write like everything, just like the best handwriting and everything, and then on the memo you'd be like, turkey sandwich from something restaurant on this day, and then you take all that and write it again in your check register, right? Like the first time I watched you do that, I was just like, oh my God, what is wrong with that?
Oh my God, I have to marry this person and be with them forever.
I'm like, when I spent money and wrote checks in that time, I was just like, I don't know what this is for. Like, I'm just writing checks left and right, and I'm just gonna overdraw my account every day, and it's just all a game. It's so fun. And you were just like, I should be so careful. We're like total opposites, and then I think we flip-flopped at some point. I don't know.
But neither of us were good with money.
No. You were borrowing money from me when I only had allowance.
I remember that. I remember I was like, I think one time you had to go to your grandma's house to like get your allowance or try to get your allowance early because we wanted to go get sandwiches.
Oh, no. That was for my report card. Because my grandma didn't give me allowance.
No, but your mom was there.
Oh, right. But I got money for report cards. Oh, yeah.
When you were like 16?
Yeah.
18, you probably still get it if you had the report card. Submit it for reimbursement to Bob Industries.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I get like $20 for each A, man.
Shit.
Oh,
Damn,
yeah.
dude. Really?
Yeah. So I was a straight A student.
Yeah. No wonder. Yeah, you come out of each semester with like, what, $120 or something?
Yeah, man.
$150?
Yeah. Easy. Yeah. So we spent it on sandwiches. I mean, we did it right.
And that's not even counting your allowance. That's not factored in. And gas money? Jeez, man. You were rich.
So I get my gas money. I get my $20, and you'd be like, "Hey, can I borrow $10? I gotta get a sandwich."
Food is definitely a priority, as you can tell.
And I was like, what? You gonna borrow my allowance? Like, you got a job, man. You're like, yeah, but I don't get paid till tomorrow.
That was when I had a job too.
Oh, yeah. And I didn't.
Wow.
I know. It was an interesting dynamic. But you know what? I loved you so much that I gave you my allowance.
Wow. That is true love.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it true love?
You didn't even charge me interest, probably.
No.
Yeah. I used to borrow money from my sister, from my little sister.
I remember that.
Because she would kind of like hoard money, like actually save it and not use it on things.
Yeah, I
And
remember
I'd be
that.
like, hey, loan me $20. She'd be like, no, you have to pay me $5 interest if I loan you this. Like, I think she would charge me a vig, man.
Well, she was right to do
She
so,
was
man.
absolutely correct.
Yeah.
But it's like, who are you going to get to break my fingers if I don't pay?
Me, probably.
You would do it too. Like, you mother.
You like avenge your sister, you know?
Totally. Yeah. So anyway, oh, sorry.
No, it's all right. Go ahead.
So it's 7 weeks in, man. You're like, we're giving in.
To what?
We're giving in. We're just in acceptance mode now, maybe, in this fictional universe where we all have to stay home and not go out and do things,
I see.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we're in the garage, man, because we're just like, okay, well, this is the new normal. Let's like make some shit and get it and do it and like retreat even further.
Well, yeah, like the song says, like tomorrow we're gonna be playing some D&D. We're gonna be playing some virtual D&D.
Oh yeah, that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Oh wow, I forgot.
So you get your Dungeon Master's die out.
I don't even have my character sheets.
I mean, your Dungeon Master's guide and your 12-sided die and your
Kitty Pride
yeah,
and your
Kiss posters.
Nightcrawler too. Waiting there for me. Yes, I do.
Yep. I gotta say, like, Weezer was something that like I didn't get into very much like in high school at the appropriate time, you know. Like I did like the Buddy Holly song and I liked the Sweater song, you know, and all that. But I never bought their album. I never listened to it. I don't know why. But after we had Morgan, I somehow just got into it. And I think it was actually because I worked at the shop and your brother was listening to it a bunch.
Oh.
And I was
listening
like,
to like Pinkerton, probably.
Probably, yeah. And I was like, hey, can you burn me some of those CDs, man? And so he did, you know, 'cause he was a nice guy. And so then we had this white Saturn, as I recall. And it was all right. And it had a CD player. That was cool. Yeah, man, had a CD player for sure.
Nice.
And so I was like, oh, I just have to listen to this album like pretty much 24 hours a day. It was like Weezer, Pinkerton, No Doubt, Return of Saturn, and Beck, Midnight Vultures. And that was it. That was all I had in the car. And I pretty much listened to that like nonstop for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just like Morgan was a baby. So I was like, I can listen to whatever I want. And you'll never remember it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I had that shit on like repeat at full volume, like every time I got in the car.
And then he'd be singing along like to Red Hot Chili Peppers songs and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, that's true. That was a little later, but yeah. And then I was like, dang, you're listening. Well, shit. Oh. I'm going to have to turn this off. Maybe this Blood Sugar Sex Magic isn't the best album for you to be listening to. So anyway, like I used to do this thing where we had some rough times. I feel like when we were young parents and Morgan was like under one, just infant years, you know, were rough. Those were rough years. Like I feel like there were some of the roughest probably. Yeah. And
I mean, particularly for you, because like I was just like playing in the band and like working.
Yeah.
You know,
and going to school.
I guess it was pretty rough.
It was pretty rough. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. We've tried to block it out. It's a dark time. But we were broke and, you know, we had a baby. And so you were never home and I was working and blah, blah, blah. So my only time where I would get any alone time, like any time to myself, was going to the grocery store. That was all my fault, though, because I wasn't like going, hey, I need some alone time.
Yeah.
for more than like a half hour.
Right. You weren't like communicating
No.
that to me or anybody.
No,
That you
because
were like having trouble.
I was having major trouble, but I was so tired and so out of it, I couldn't figure out how to say it. So I was just like, well, I can't take this kid to the grocery store. I'm going to go by myself at
Yeah.
midnight. And every week I go at midnight and I like get there and I'd be like, yeah, man, I'm going to like listen to this music on the way there. I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to like shop while listening to this music.
Oh, you had like headphones on?
Yeah.
With like a Discman, probably?
Yep.
That we got for our wedding?
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was only like 2 years old then.
Yeah.
It was brand new.
I know. It's very high tech. From the good Sony Corporation. This episode sponsored by Sony.
Oh, I wish. Yeah. So anyway, I do this shopping at Winco, which is like the shittiest grocery store ever.
Yeah.
And it just like, there'd be people in there like skateboarding and shit. Like, it was crazy in there at night. It was open like 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So everybody would be like buying booze and skateboarding and bringing their dogs in there and all this shit.
Sounds like a party.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't like very like in a party mode, you know?
No.
I was mad as hell.
Yeah.
And so
On a
I
mission to get these groceries.
and then I go, my last stop in the store would be to go to the donut section. Okay. And like,
Are these
buy-
like the ones that are made there?
No.
No, these.
Oh,
this is-
sometimes I get the ones
Oh,
that
you
were made
treat
there.
yourself,
I
huh?
treat myself.
Damn.
But most of the time I got these awful little chocolate donuts, you know? They got like the chocolate frosting on them. Yeah, the donuts. I don't know if you all are familiar, but they're real delicious. And or the powdered sugar. Okay.
Oh,
cake.
powdered sugar.
Cake
Yeah.
donuts, right?
Yeah, I
Donuts.
can't eat any of that now, but.
Yeah. Or a fruit pie. Or like
Oh, you get a fruit pie?
oh yeah, or like 3 or 4 candy bars. I mean like so I could like go check out, right? Get all my groceries done. And go back to the car and then like sit in the parking lot and just like inhale, like binge eat like an entire bag of donuts in the car with like this Weezer like blasting at full volume.
Yeah.
You know, and just sitting there for like as long as possible.
Just
Before,
like
I had to go back
staving
home.
off reality for one more second.
Uh-huh. It was really healthy and productive.
That sounds super
It
healthy.
was a healthy time.
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
And then I'd get back and I'd unload all the groceries out of the car and there'd be like cockroaches everywhere in the garage. And oh, yeah, it was like a fun time.
Whoa. That was Harpole? Oh, yeah, man.
And then every once in a while when I get back, more going to be up.
Oh,
Party over.
because, wait, I was there, but I couldn't get him back to sleep.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Because he like wouldn't do anything for me.
Well, I was nursing him. So, I mean, what were you going to do?
Tricky, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. So anyway, that was that's what these Weezer albums remind me of. But I love them.
Yeah.
Like they're very meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a time where I kind of hated your guts, unfortunately.
Yeah. I know. It's kind of sad when you were telling me that. I was like, man, you really did. You fucking hated me.
I think you hated me a little bit too. I think it was mutual a little bit.
Yeah, probably.
It was just dark times, you know.
Yeah, it was darkness, man. I mean, but now we've stepped into the light.
Yeah. Now it's just a party.
Now it's like 24-hour party people, man.
Party
We're
in the
just
USA.
Living it up.
Yeah.
Living, laughing, loving, learning.
But one thing I realized when I listened to this song again was like, you know what? I need to like do the thing I was talking about. Learn some bass lines. Take my brain to a different place.
Oh, yeah. You haven't been working on that, have you?
Nope.
Yeah. So you'll be your bass solo bass album will be dropping in what, like about 6 months or so?
Oh, maybe like 60 years or so.
No way, man. I'm gonna secretly record you
Oh my gosh, that would be so
and then
embarrassing.
put it out. Drop it like it's hot.
I want you to put out a solo album because you actually know how to write music. I only know how to play covers. I keep trying to tell you this, man. I only play covers. Okay.
I don't know how to write. I'm illiterate.
That's not true. You wrote the theme song for the Team Babe. Look at you.
Just a stupid little beat.
Mm-mm.
Just put my little beat in there.
That's
Just beat it up.
Fat beat.
fat beats, man. Kicking out the beats that are fatter than your mama. That's
Yeah,
what
you are.
That's what you do, man.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I'm a rapper.
Yeah, no, the song definitely like gives me some nostalgia for some reason. I think it's effective in that because I really feel like I know who Rivers is. You know, I think he's talking about himself. I think that's pretty
Oh, for
obvious.
sure.
Sort of an introverted dude. You know, me too.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
me 3. I mean, really,
Yeah.
like I guess people don't necessarily think of me that way, but I am. Like I have to recoil,
Yeah. So this is a week of recoiling. Just
Yeah.
drawing back into the garage, and I mean, you can come out later. Just go in there for a minute and get some stuff done. Maybe you're like a woodworker. Maybe you like to carve spoons out of, like
Soap.
Maybe you like maybe you like amateur dentistry.
Oh gosh.
There's any number of crafts that you can put your self into wholeheartedly in this time. Just make something.
Yeah, man. I think you should make something too.
Be a maker
I think you should make something.
instead of just taking. Try making for a change.
Make your album.
Because in the end, the love you make or the love you take is equal to the love you make. That's what the Beatles said.
That's true. That I remember. See,
Yeah.
because it's the Beatles. I don't remember this fakey Beatles nonsense.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
That thing you do? I don't know.
Oh, we'll watch that trailer.
Okay, good. I like that.
That'll be fun.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I'll remind you all about it.
Good.
Yeah, man. So another one in the bag.
So this means we're 1 week down. One more week down, right?
One more week down. I mean, do you think it'll actually? This is probably going to be like humorous at some point, or very sad. Do you think we'll probably still be in shelter in place and stuff when the mixtape reaches the 19th song?
You mean 19 weeks in?
Yeah. Because that's not a half a year, but it's pretty close. Right?
Yeah. I don't think things are going to be back to normal in 19 weeks in.
They won't be back to normal. Yeah, for sure. I think that's probably guaranteed, but...
Do I think we're still going to be sheltering in place? No, but I think there'll be some variation of this.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it could be, though.
But I think people are going to fucking riot if it goes too long. Especially the people that are waiting on those checks that aren't coming. You know what I mean? Because I've been there, done that. And
hopefully some of you are getting your checks.
I sure hope so, because that experience that we had with not getting the checks you're supposed to be getting, boy, oh boy.
That was stressful.
Wowie. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So
anyway, another one in the bank. We nailed it. I think we made the worst episode of Team Babe ever.
Wow.
Let us know. Vote on our Twitter poll about that. And we will announce the results at the next episode.
Gosh, I am going to make a poll.
So
man.
just chill till the next episode.
Wow. I'm going to make a poll, and I'm going to ram it right up your ass.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I was getting excited. I thought you were going to say you were going to dance on it. Ooh, that'll be fun. That'll be like a little throwback to the 501 days.
That
Partying
does sound fun. Oh.
Should we get a poll installed? Might send some mixed messages to the kids.
If the kids don't live here, I'd be like, hell yeah. But no.
That would be the funniest, stupidest thing to get a dancing poll.
It'd be so confusing for a child that still lives here. Wow. Homeschooling and the poll, I don't think they really go together.
No, not really. I mean, maybe eventually. All things go together.
Wow. Did you read that in the Bible?
No. I just made it up in my head,
So, all right. So, next week, we're going to come back with another track, right?
With another track. We're going to come back Yeah, and it's going to be awesome. So I hope you'll join us. I hope you'll enjoy this next week as much as I'm going to enjoy it, which is a lot. And we'll talk to you then.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I love you, babe.
Love you too.